the...
Hi, Justin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
So I don't know what's going on. I'm on the city laptop, so I changed computers from last time. My camera is showing that it is operational, but for some reason, it's not
Okay, well,
clicking in.
we can take a look at it afterwards, Councillor.
Okay. All right, thank you.
okay, we'd like to call the meeting to order. The land acknowledgement, please, Justin.
The City of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Haudenosaunee, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississauga of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The City of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the land on which we live.
Okay, any declaration of interest? Adoption of the agenda. I guess we need a motion to adopt. Mover Barb, seconder Brenda. Can I say something before I call the question, or do I say it after I call the question?
Are we modifying the agenda or just adopting it as presented?
Well, yeah, I don't want to make any changes to the agenda. I have a question, though, about attachments. So can I should I call the question?
Yep. Either or.
Okay, I included, when I sent you the agenda items, I included the age well longer with technology older adult caregiver forum agenda, and I included the NOAA terms of reference, and they weren't included with the agenda. Is there any reason for that?
Yeah, through the chair, the the terms of reference should be on the agenda. It was on the publicly posted agenda and sent to everybody. And I emailed you the agenda for the conference you sent was from a conference from last year, not the one that you've handed out to us here today. And I emailed you saying that it was not the right one and asked you to send me the correct copies, but I did not hear from you.
Okay. Oh, I didn't send you the correct age, I didn't, okay, I apologize. And did everybody get the NOAA terms of reference, or you said included previously?
It should be on the attached agenda. Everyone should have seen it. Yep.
Okay. I apologize then. So you all got the terms of reference? Okay, so I apologize then. Okay.
I think we can call the question
I'll call
now.
the question. All in favor? Okay, adoption of the minutes. I'll have a motion to adopt the minutes. Anybody? Barb? Marianne? Any discussion on the minutes? Any changes? No? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor of adopting the minutes? Okay, good. Okay, correspondence. The Free Swimmin' Movie Night. Just to recap, we had about 100 people. I want to thank Dave Baldoni and the staff for another successful swim night. We didn't have last year we were at capacity. They literally had to close the pool down, and we almost should have closed the movie because we had so many people. It was a nicer night. This year we had about a little over 100 people at the swim, and we had about 75 people at the movie night. Again, these are families that are coming out, and it's really nice to see. It's a family event. I think the two things that decreased the attendance, and I'm going to assume some responsibility for it, is number one, it was a night that was very kind of gloomy. It was warm, but it was gloomy, so it was kind of hanging, and maybe people thought it was going to rain. And the second thing is I did not go to the pool and ask them to post a poster, and I think that affected it, and I made a mistake also and did not send it to the Thorold today. So I'm going to assume some of the responsibility and we'll rectify it. but we still had a pretty good turnout, and I think we'll have a better turnout, and it's a family event, and it's well enjoyed by the community. So, but I do have one other thing that I personally want to complain about. In the roll-up, the city does a monthly roll-up of activities and things, and the swim night and movie night was mentioned with this nice picture. We get nice coverage all the time for the events. And in the write-up, it mentioned the City of Thorold as being one of the sponsors, and obviously the City of Thorold is the reason why this happens, and I don't want to underestimate that. But I asked why was age-friendly not included in this, because although age-friendly is dependent on the City of Thorold, they don't run around and volunteer to go pick up drinking boxes, make popcorn, clean the floor afterwards, be there, and all the countless hours we spend. And I said, why did age-friendly just not get mentioned in the month-end report? And I got the answer that it was taken out. The age-friendly committee name was taken out in the edits by whoever reviews the month-end summary. So I was very disappointed to hear that our age-friendly committee cannot be mentioned when we do something, and I hope that'll be rectified at some time in the future. I was just disappointed. As I said, I do not want to diminish all that the city does, because they do great and we get great cooperation, but I was really disappointed. So that's just my own thing. It was still a great event, and again, kudos to all the city members, staff, and everybody who made this happen. Okay, we have the technology forum, and again, I guess it was my mistake. Okay, and I want to apologize, and I sent out an email before I came here because I thought it wasn't included, and I'll send it out and apologize. We finally got our Aging Well Longer with Technology for Older Adults and Caregivers Forum. It's on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, and it's open to everyone. The doors open at 8:30. The program starts at 8:55, and we finish at 12:30. And we're going to have a light free lunch followed by pizza and salads. And we'll have some coffee, tea, and other things, water, pop. We'll also have, okay, it's coffee, yeah, okay. It's at the Thorold Center, 50 plus, 8 Carlton Street, South Thorold. The agenda includes 9:05 to 9:40. It's the therapeutic use of robotic animals, and there's going to be a demonstration and a discussion. I won't mention the speakers because it'll elongate this too much. And she's actually going to bring the robotic animals, and it'll be interesting to see, I think. We're going to have somebody from My Service Account and Benefits Finder. This is somebody, she's a specialist with Service Canada, and there's so much information that it's so hard to get through to some of these government lines right now. But a lot of this information is available online and fairly easy to access. And she's actually going to do a demonstration of how you can access this information easily and maybe avoid having to call one of these lines and wait. You might be able to get the information on your own. Then there'll be a break, and we'll have some snacks and things for break. Then from 10:30 to 11:10, we're going to have a presentation on AI and its impact on society, and society means you, us. It's impacting all of us, and older adults and caregivers also, and we don't realize it, but she's going to explain that. The next presentation is going to be from 11:10 to 11:50, and it's the pros and cons of voice assistants and location trackers. And this is incredibly important for people living alone, important for caregivers, especially when older adults have dementia issues and might wander. So she's going to do a presentation on the pros and cons of this. And then the last thing is technology assisting older adults and caregivers. And I had someone scheduled to do that, and unfortunately the date didn't work out. So I still have it on the agenda because I'm looking at another provider to do the tech assisting with older adults. If I can't get the other provider, I might get the library to come in and just tell some of the technology. They have so much technology now at the library and assistance, so I may do that. And if worst comes to worst, we'll just end it at noon and have lunch 20 minutes. But so that's, and it's going to be a really nice day, and I think it's going to provide some nice information on technology for older adults and caregivers. Again, it's Tuesday, October 14th. Doors open at 8:30, and it starts at 8:55. Even though that it is a free event, you have to either sign up at the Thorold Center 50 plus or call to reserve a seat, okay? Because we have to know numbers, and because it's free, numbers may be limited, okay? And I find when something is free, everybody signs up anyway. And I'm asking you that if you do sign up and then you can't make it, to take your name off or call and delete. Just to make sure that we don't have 100 people registered, and then the day of, we only have 50 because all those people registered and didn't come, okay? And they just signed up because it's free. So this is happening. Obviously, it's with the support of the city and the Thorold Community Activities Group, and Niagara College is also a sponsor. And I would like to put a budget item on this because we want to ensure that there are no glitches, and we've had some good seminars, but we've also had technical glitches. We've had technical glitches with the PA system, and now we have several of these people who have PowerPoint presentations, etc. So we don't want technical glitches because it really makes a difference to the overall satisfaction of all the participants. So we're going to pay someone to make sure that is responsible and we don't have technical glitches. Obviously, the center is going to provide coffee, cutlery, munchies, and all of this costs money. And I would like to put a budget item up, and we haven't spent a lot of money this year, of up to $300, up to $300. So last time we did a motion, so I'm going to follow the procedures we did last time. I'm not sure if they're the right ones or not. So I'd like a motion for up to $300 for the technology forum. So Barb, and I'll get somebody, and Joey. Okay, does anybody have any questions about the forum or any other comments before I call the question? No? Okay, I'll call the questions. All in favor of spending up to $300 for this technology forum on October 14th? Okay, thank you. Okay, the Niagara Older Adult Alliance. Okay, so hopefully you've seen the terms of reference. I'm going to just recap real quickly. Niagara Older Adult Alliance is an alliance of the 12 municipal age-friendly committee, of which only 2 municipalities do not have active committees. In fact, Welland, who started all of this and had the strongest committee, and this is how a council support makes 100% difference. Welland, who really started and had the strongest committee, now does not have a committee, and it's mostly due to lack of council support. But anyway, they're trying to resurrect it, and they're trying, but the other municipalities all do. So NOAA, so we have 3 levels of older adult committees in this region. We have Age-Friendly Niagara Council, which is an overall body. It's its own entity, and it just recently incorporated, and it's just finalizing its board. And there are 2 members from NOAA that sit on that committee. The chair and the co-chair will sit on the Age-Friendly Niagara Council. Then there's the Alliance, the Niagara Older Adult Alliance. And that is formed by 2 committee members from each of the municipal council committees. Some of them are called age-friendly, some of them are called wellness, some of them are called senior committees. They're all called a little bit different, but they're all older adult committees. And so there will be 2 people sitting on that committee from each of the local municipal committees. And it is recommended that at least the chair sit on it. A staff person can sit on it, or another committee member can sit on it. So what on the first part of this is, I'm going to obviously be sitting on the NOAA, and I'm going to be asked to be I'm going to present myself for consideration for chair also. I'll note that. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. We're having a meeting, I believe it's October 8th, because all of the committees by then should have their representatives by then. But I will be one of the appointees to that committee, and I need another person from this committee to volunteer. And I want somebody who's not over, who doesn't have a really super burdened workload. And I would ask for another person to be on this committee. It only meets 4 times a year, and it can meet in person or by Zoom. It'll probably be some kind of hybrid version. So it doesn't meet often, but it's got some important work to do, especially to get things off the ground. So does anybody want to volunteer at this committee, or does anybody want to think about it and let me know after this meeting? So any discussion on anybody who might want to volunteer? Joey?
Yeah, I've attended some of the NOAA in the past. I'm not overloaded with work, but if they're only meeting 4 times a year, it doesn't sound to me as though there's a tremendous amount of work. On the other hand, if they're looking to move forward, maybe they will become more active. Either way, I would volunteer. I already have a history with them. If no one else is willing to step up.
Does anybody else want to consider it? I don't want you. Not because you're not good. Brenda just said I might volunteer. I said, no, you're not. not because she wouldn't be a good person, but she doesn't need anything more on her plate. Okay, so we'll have Joey as our representative. Is that okay? Okay.
I'm not sure, Madam Chair, if you want a motion to appoint those 2 individuals, you and...
Okay, so can we have a motion to appoint myself and Joey as the 2 representative on the Niagara Older Adult Alliance Committee? Okay, so will somebody move it? Leslie? Brenda? All in favor? Okay, thank you. Okay, now the NOAA meetings that Joey was alluding to, those are meetings that the NOAA committee doesn't really organize, okay? The organizers of those NOAA forums are organized by the various municipalities, and everybody takes turns, and we try to have 2 a year. And they're information sharing, okay? So we've organized them in Thorold. You've all been to them. We've been to Pelham, we've been to West Lincoln, So the next one is being, as usually as chair of NOAA, you help them out. Like I went to an organizing committee because I've been around for so long. And Mary Wiley, we went to an organizing meeting in Niagara Falls to help them with some ideas for what's going to be on the agenda. So the next meeting is going to take place, so I want you guys to put it on your calendar. The next meeting is going to take place of NOAA is November 5th, 2025. It's going to be at the McBain Center in Niagara Falls, and I was never in that center, and I was there for the first time, and it's a beautiful center, absolutely beautiful. And it's going to start at 1 o'clock. It's not going to be a morning. It's going to be roughly 1 to 4:30, okay? And the agenda, I just want to give you a heads up. You'll get the agenda. We're having a Zoom meeting Tuesday, okay, to kind of finalize the agenda. It appears, now it's not finalized, but it appears that what we're striving to do is, Ontario has an age-friendly Niagara, an age-friendly Ontario organization, and it's an umbrella group, and I think Ontario Age-Friendly Communities, okay? It's an umbrella group, and it's a provincial one. So we haven't met with them for a long time. So we've asked them to come down and explain what they do and how they link all of the age-friendly committees in the province. And there's a number of things that we can do. Like they have a website, and we can download our activities on their website so that we can see what they're doing, what other people in Ontario are doing. So she's agreed to come and speak to us. Okay, Cheryl has. And the other big agenda item is, and this hasn't been 100% confirmed, but they're hoping to get a representative from the new hospital, the Niagara Falls Hospital, which I understand is going to be some kind of a hub for older adult wellness. Okay, that's what I understand, but that's going to be explained to us. And although hopefully on Tuesday we'll hear that someone is going to come and speak to us on that, because I think that would be of interest to all of us, especially if if in fact there is going to be some kind of a hub. And I don't know what that means, okay? But there's supposed to be some expertise for older adult care at that facility, okay? And if I'm wrong, you'll find out I'm wrong on November 8th, okay? And then obviously we always do the round table to explain, tell what everybody's doing in their municipality. And with the round table, there's always new ideas that we pick up. Okay, so those will be the three big agenda items. I don't know if there'll be some other minor ones. So put November 8th or November 5th on your calendars for 1 o'clock. And if you can't attend, I think it'll be a really good session. Okay, the World Health Organization. We got a welcome. We were, I think, the second municipality that got our welcome, but I think it's expired, because you have to go up and up. All you have to do is update your activities, but none of us, we haven't been doing that, and we haven't gone on the website. And at the last NOAA meeting, we got a presentation on how to do this and how to read. So it's not hard. It's just, I want to know if somebody will, and I'll help them a little bit. Go look at the presentation we got from St. Catharines, and Kobe from St. Catharines Vanyo is a wonderful lady. She works for the city of Thorold, for St. Catharines, and she did the presentation, explain how to do this. And if we had any questions, we could meet with her, because she's fantastic. And so would somebody take the lead on helping us try to figure out how we can do our renew our welcome, how we can keep our information updated on the website, and even if it means looking at this PowerPoint and meeting with meeting with the St. Catharines representative so we can get our welcome back in good standing. Would anybody be interested in doing that? Taking a lead, or 2 people taking a lead?
Was that new young person, was he not supposed to do that? Did he not agree to do that?
Did he agree to do that?
Yeah, I was just trying to find in the minutes. I believe Mark said he was going to take a look at
He
that.
would do it at the last meeting.
Okay. Okay, then, then keep that thought. Okay. Then Niagara Age Friendly Communities has a website. And also, and we can and that one is not to be welcomed. But I want somebody to monitor that website, and also, and again, the speaker is going to come and update our information on that website. Would 1 or 2 people be interested in doing the Ontario Age Friendly Communities website, do the monitoring, having a look at it, maybe updating our information on it? It wouldn't be a lot of work. And they send out a monthly roll-up of everything that's happening in Ontario, maybe report to us at our meetings something interesting in that monthly, that report. You say, oh, I saw this is what one community is doing. Will anybody be willing to just have a look at the 1 or 2 people be willing to monitor that website and get on the mailing list?
We could try, Marianne and I.
Okay. Okay, so Barb and Marianne are going to try. Okay.
But is the instruction going to be on November 5th? Is that where,
Yeah, but I'll send you, yeah, it's going to be on November 5th. Yeah.
all that week?
Yeah. But I will try to, I'll send you the latest monthly, and you can start subscribing to it.
Okay.
And you get the website. And they have all kinds of you'll see it, all kinds of interesting seminars that you can go on by Zoom. You don't have to go on, but if you want to see something, you want to go. But just to then report to us what's going on, and maybe figuring out how to update our information on their website, our activities. It's not going to be a lot of work. Okay, so Barb Daly and Marianne Bessie. Okay, do we need a motion? No, okay. Okay. Senior Angels was very successful last year. We were able to sponsor 3 Senior Angels. And basically what we did was any committee member who is willing to donate something, I would appreciate it. We had a whole variety of things last year. We had a lovely quilt. We had a puzzle. Puzzles were big. We had gift certificates. We had wine. We had all kinds of, and each committee member, what else? Okay.
We had soaps, all kinds
Soaps.
of hygiene products.
Hygiene, yeah. So we,
Socks, underwear.
oh no, but that's what we gave them.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
but the committee members donated.
This is for the draw, you mean,
Yeah,
right?
so what we did was we put those items, and what I want to do this time is, if you have a donated item, I'm going to take a picture of it and make a poster, and then what we did was we sold tickets at the Christmas Bazaar. And we can, if we do this, we could do it a little bit earlier. And then we drew the names at the Christmas Bazaar. So the tickets, I think, were $2 each, or 3 for $5. And last year we raised $450. I think it was, yeah, 150, yeah. And what we did was basically we adopted 3 Senior Angels. And what they got was $100 in gift certificates from various stores in Thorold, like Rexall, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Foodland, Rexall. So there was $100 in gift certificates that they each got. And then there was $50, and this is, again, what we're not, I ran around for about a month looking for sales, and Brenda got some stuff, trying to get other things. The community care, this is done through community care, and community care gave us a list of the things that these individuals like, and we bought 3 carts also, and we filled and stuffed the carts, and the carts were full. Brenda and I stuffed them, and they were full. And then we brought them to community care. And then they donated these carts at Christmas time to 3 older adults who were less fortunate at Christmas time, may not have had family, etc. So I want to do this again this year if this committee is supporting this event. And if you do want to donate something, maybe can we bring it to the senior center? So Brenda will keep it at the senior center, and then we'll take some pictures and we'll make a poster or a Verso board. And then we'll have the draw at the Christmas Bazaar, right after, when they do the other draws. Between 12 and 12:30 is when they do the draws. Yeah. So,
Jean, we should aim for 6 this year instead of 3.
well, she's more ambitious than I am. I was hoping for 4, okay? But anyway, we'll do it a little bit earlier, and hopefully we can
start now.
we can do our at least our 3, and maybe at least 1 more would be nice. Okay. And if we do more than that, then to me that's icing on the cake. Okay. Barb?
Maybe we could ask for donations, stuff on the list from people at the senior center.
Definitely.
The only the problem with that is we want them to buy tickets.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think with the if the committee or most of the committee, if you can't do it, that's fine, okay? But if most of the committee donates something, a bottle of wine or something, it doesn't have to be extravagant. If most of the committee can donate something, then we have enough items. Like if you have 5 or 6.
No, I mean donations for the carts.
Oh, for the carts.
Yes.
Yeah, if anybody has an extra cart or any. I saw 2 on sale and I've bought 2 already. Okay?
And I just saw 3 at Foodland the
Yeah.
other day when I was checking out, so maybe we pick those 3 up.
Yeah, so anyway, okay, so if there's any committee members can donate something, I'd appreciate it if you give it to Brenda, and then we'll do the same thing if you're all in agreement that we do this. Is this okay?
Yes.
Okay, so do we need a motion that we're going to support Senior Angels?
No.
Okay. This is another thing, and if you don't, and I'm not sure 100% about this, but I was at a sharing meeting, and some people have wind phones in their municipalities, and I can't remember which municipality it was. And we can ask on the November 8th meeting. And maybe that might be something good on the agenda. So I just want you to think about it. Maybe I'll bring it up at another meeting after November 8th. Wind phones are phones that some municipality, and maybe somebody might want to look it up and get some more information for us. If somebody's ambitious one night and can't sleep and want to go on the phone and look up wind phones. And there's a lot of people today, and if you don't know people with some kind of mental illness, and that doesn't mean they're sick. That means they need some help, okay? It's no different than having cancer or any other disease, okay? And today, unfortunately, more and more people have some kind of mental stress. I'm going to call it stress, okay? Overload, illness. And apparently some municipalities are putting wind phones in, not a ton of them, in 1 or 2 strategic spots. So I thought I'm the only stupid one on this committee, I think, because I don't know what a wind phone is. So I said, what is a wind phone? So what it is they get a phone, and they're hard to find these days, but I'm sure we can find one. And they'll put it in a park or in a strategic place. I don't know if the cemetery might be a place. I don't know if Memorial Park might be a place. And it's actually a phone, and I don't know if they put it in a little box. And people and it sounds a little bit odd, and people go to the phone and they talk into it. And that talking into it, they may be talking to a loved one, they may be talking to them just to hear themselves think, but apparently it's supposed to have some therapeutic benefits for people. So I'm not saying we should do it, but I'm saying I've got it on the agenda, and if somebody has some time at night, look up wind phones, and maybe we can bring it up at the meeting on October 8th, because I know there's at least one or more municipalities that have it.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
They're-
I had never heard of them. So I'm bringing it up again. If anybody has sleepless nights, look up wind phones and maybe can provide some information for us, and so we can do a better evaluation. Now, obviously, there's always the risk of vandalism, you know. So does the benefits outweigh the risk? I don't know. And maybe when we get some information from the other municipalities, we'll see. But I just found out about it, and I thought I'd bring it up. Okay, so we'll do this as a forward item, and okay, is that okay? And maybe, as I said, if anybody does some work on it, let me know. Okay, now what else? Okay, so there's nothing else. So we're going to do round table, and because I'll start on that side and I'll go around, and then I'll do so Barb?
Nothing today, I don't. Oh, just the parking lot.
Oh,
Any updates?
we'll let Brenda talk about the parking lot. And
Okay, that's my
maybe what we're
only,
doing.
Sure.
and I'm concerned we're really having an issue.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
are-
well, and
They having
okay,
to park
yeah.
blocks away, and like it's ridiculous.
Okay, we'll let Brenda talk about it and what we're doing, and what hasn't happened in the parking lot. We don't blame staff, okay? When there's a will of council, the will of council gets done, okay? So we want to nudge the will of council, and Brenda will explain how we want to nudge it.
Because there's
Okay.
even a lot of bylaw cars parked in there.
Oh, there's bylaw cars, there's service trucks.
Yeah.
Let Brenda, and then if we want to comment on it when Brenda,
Only thing.
yeah, okay, so Brenda's going to take the lead on that. Okay, Brenda, you go next. And then, okay. Yeah, let's go next.
Okay, as far as the parking lot is concerned, it's just always and constant people coming in. Why can't we park here? There's always an issue. The other day, and I probably shouldn't have done it, but I did it anyway, I watched that the people that work in Thorold that have businesses on Front Street are coming into our parking lot, parking in our parking lot, leaving their cars and walking to their places of business. I followed a person the other day because I wanted to make sure that that's where they were going, and sure enough, they went over to one of the businesses, and I called the business and I said, listen, we are older adults, and a lot of people here need walkers and canes, and they get help from, we have a custodian that helps them get in and out of the door. But it's got to the point where all these people from the city are parking in our lot. They're being told that they can park wherever they want. They have a parking spot behind their building that they should be parking in, not in our building. We're getting massive complaints from the church next door because they can't even carry out a funeral because there's no place to park. And they're still parking right where they're not supposed to be parking, and we have yet to see a ticket on the cars that are on the outside. So when you leave the building, whichever side you're leaving the building on, which from wherever driveway out, you can't get out unless you creep out and you look both ways because there's still cars parking where they're not supposed to be parking. Even Saturdays and Sundays now, it's getting to the point where people we've had people call us to say that they're not letting their parents come because there's no place for them to park. So the worst thing is that other people are taking advantage of us and parking in there. Not to mention zooming of all those trucks that come in and out, the city cars, the city trucks. They sit in the back and eat their lunch in their trucks, which I can't blame them for that. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but there's no room. Like, there's just no more room. So the church has taken up a petition. We've taken up a petition. I think there's over 200 names on the petition. I can't tell you what the church's petition is, but there's going to be quite a few names on there. They've had enough. They've absolutely had enough. And the other issue for us is we're trying to bring in people that are socially isolated, that don't have food, to come into our facility. We are in a position right now where we're hiring a part-time chef, and we're hoping to have food available to them 6 days a week, like Monday through Saturday, so we can feed these people. And we can't do that if we can't get them in the parking lot. Saturdays and Sunday might be less of an issue, but if there's a funeral as well, it's just crazy. They're parking on Claremont down both ends. And then when you try to get off of the back of Carlton on Claremont, you can't even get out because you can't see past all those cars. So it's a scary situation. It really, really is. And
Say a
we're
prayer
hoping.
and
Yeah,
say
well,
a
you
prayer
have
and
to.
pull out there.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
Excuse
So-
me, sorry, I haven't said anything, but on that parking, I live in that area, so it's me, Marilyn. Oh, you want to see me? Okay. I look like hell, but okay.
Oh, Marilyn, okay.
That the parking is terrible, but why isn't a delegation from the senior center and church going to city council instead of here? This is not the place
No.
for that.
Well-
This should be going to city council.
That's going to have to happen next, Marilyn, because we were told that we were hoping to get an answer, some kind of answer today when it would be going to go in. So that's why it was mentioned today here. However, we have to go to council now. We're going to have a petition with a lot of names on it. Somebody's going to get hurt in that parking lot. Okay,
Absolutely. I don't
and
go
the
in the parking lot
fastest
when I
cars
live
in
on
that
Welland
parking
Street
lot
South,
belong to
and
our city.
therefore I am caught on that Claremont traffic like
Yeah.
crazy every time.
So
Every day, 6 times a day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so it's not only the center that's being impacted and the residents that's being impacted, it's also the people living on the side streets, because we had the same thing echoed by some of the members who live in that area, and
That's
they're being impacted. And the problem is that this was all promised to be done when they moved upstairs. This was a condition of them moving upstairs. So although we appreciate that we've heard 100 times that this is being done, again, I do not blame, or we do not blame city staff. City staff is directed by council. So these petitions are being compiled right now. I didn't realize that St. John's is doing one. These petitions are being compiled right now, and we'll have some kind of coordinated approach to submit the petition. We will submit them to the clerk's department. We will also ensure that every councillor gets a scanned copy of these petitions. And we will determine if the petitions are enough or if we have to make presentation to council at a council meeting supported by these petitions. So we are hoping that the petitions will encourage council to provide the necessary means for this parking lot to get done. The other concern now is next week is the end of September. The weather has been spring-like, but as you know, it turns cold and nasty quickly when it turns. So that means we have October. November is iffy. A parking lot which has been promised for a year, and again, was supposed to be done when the upstairs. Are we going to start, is the next excuse going to be we can't do it now because it's winter and it can't be done in the winter time? And then what do? We have people walking on the sidewalks which are not necessarily maintained from the side streets and stuff. So we're hoping that these petitions, and hopefully we'll have them within the next week or so,
Most definitely.
hopefully these petitions, they're a nudge to the councillors, not to city staff.
We're trying to bring in more seniors on a regular basis. We had 15 tours last week, 15. We gave 7-day passes out now for them to try. So we have like 42 passes out there of people that are going to come back and sign up with us. So we're going to be well over the 300 people mark. And if we want to continue to do this and bring people out, we have to have a place for them to park. We can't expect the street. And half of our people that come there live on the side streets, and they're complaining because they can't even get out of their own driveway. So something has to be done. The city, I have many people telling me that the city is telling them to come park there. I don't necessarily believe that, but I can't imagine why they would be sending them, our way. We just don't have the room. And I can't imagine anybody that would take a spot in a senior's parking lot. They work, they have the money to pay for their own parking in back of Front Street there. So that's where they should be parking, not in that parking lot.
It might be an idea to put timed parking there. That might be the only solution.
Possible.
Yeah.
An hour, 2-hour parking.
But the problem is when you have a forum and things like that.
We're there.
Yeah, you're there.
But I
and-
mean around the church and on Claremont Street
Yeah,
there.
that's
But if you're at a funeral,
the problem.
Yeah, but he's probably not
yeah.
more than 2 hours.
Anyway, that's not our issue. A parking lot behind the museum would alleviate a lot of the problems, because at least it'd get rid of all of the city cars, and it'd get rid of all of the a lot of the workers that come in and out of that building to do work and stuff like that. So it would be a big help, regardless. The rest of the parking issues, let City Hall deal with how they can better manage parking on all those streets. Okay, so those petitions are coming. What else is going on?
Well, Mohammed, I think he's here somewhere. Mohammed, Anise, and I are working on a podcast. We have our YouTube channel already set up, ready to roll, and we are going to have a little box area boxed out in the center where we're going to provide a podcast for seniors. So we have an idea. We've got some names picked out, and then we'll be ready to go. So we can invite all different people to come and speak on behalf of the seniors, what they need, what they're thinking, where they're going, what they're doing, all kinds of things that we'll be able to provide for them on the podcast. So we're hoping to get that up and running very soon. Anise has been working tirelessly for us. So thank you so much for doing that. That's exciting. We have so many things that are going on right now. We are so busy that we are hiring on our own another clerical person, and of course the chef for the kitchen. Whether it's a chef, we're hoping that's the person that's coming in that will be available to us, because you just can't do it by ourselves. We need the extra help, and it has to be paid help. Volunteers have been fantastic. I am so lucky. I have the best board ever that you all help me on when we have things that we have to do. We had our yard sale just recently. So I get a tremendous amount of help. We move things from one room to the other because we get inundated. We have been so lucky with the people of Thorold that they bring us their things that we are able to sell in the yard sales and the bazaars, and we are more than lucky. We've got 2 houses that are being cleaned out right now, and they'll probably land in our lap sometime. And so we're always moving looking for extra space. All in all, things are well. We're applying for grants, and we have applied for a grant recently for Port Robinson. That's going to go through. We know that now, as of today. That will be going through, and we will provide Port Robinson with 2 classes per week, or 1 class and 1 socialization time for whatever they deem that they think that they would like. And we can do that from October till 1st of December. And then again, we'll start in March through March, April, and May. We've also working with TCAG and the library for next year for another grant. We work together putting on all kinds of different functions and different programs, different activities through that grant, and we work together as a team on that. We had an excellent garden club, our garden club Growing Together. Did very well this summer, and I got to spend every Saturday morning with the kids at the library, and it was absolutely the best time. So yeah, it's wonderful to be able to mix together and to talk with each other. They know a lot about gardening, bringing them out to see what you do in a garden. So it's worked out extremely well. Yeah. So lots of things. Look on our Facebook, look on our Instagram, and look on our website for things that are coming up.
They're doing a wonderful job. Marianne.
I came today to learn more about NOAA, and I'm glad that there is something on November 5th because I really don't know a lot about it. So that was my goal, and yeah, it worked out. I thought it was a lot of information. That was good.
Okay.
Very good.
Justin.
No updates right now.
Leslie.
Brenda said everything. You said everything.
Put your... Brenda, just talk about what's your garden club called? Growing?
We're called Growing Together. So we have 200 and some members now. We had our second meeting. Yesterday we had a meeting, and we invited Mariel Heel to visit us, and she brought a whole bunch of interesting things with Tupperware and what's going on and how to take your plants from your garden and get your Tupperware and, you know, how to set it all up. So that was our second kick at the can. It was yesterday. We had 24 people there. So it was a wonderful day. It was a wonderful meeting. It all worked out very well. We continue to do that throughout. Every Wednesday, once a month, we have our meetings. And we have some really great people coming right through. Adam Scholes is coming pretty soon.
In January.
So we have someone coming to do presentations, and they'll show us how to do floral arrangements, Christmas floral arrangements with fresh flowers. So there's a lot of things that are happening, that will be happening, and we'll be working with the library again to do the same program, but in a larger scale next year. So.
And Leslie made up a lovely little rack card with all of the events that are for each month. So if you want to know what's going on, pick up one of the rack cards at the Thorold 50 Plus Center. And it's once a month on Wednesdays, 1 to 3. So,
and Leslie is in charge. She's the president of the Growing Together Club.
And I'm going back to bed because I'm evidently not needed. I'm just kidding. No, they're right. I think you touched on everything. We have a variety of speakers with gardening experience next month in October. We have a couple of things. We have a trivia taking place on the 18th that is a coordinated event. So every time I see you, I'm going to be carrying envelopes with tickets for you to sell to your friends so you can come out. In October, we have a speaker who is a writer for the, I think it's a Kitchener, one of the Kitchener papers, and he's humorous, and he talks about gardens, and he's going to be on Zoom, so because he didn't, after COVID, he got used to sitting in his living room, I guess, and doing presentations, but he's really funny and really interesting. He's got a lot of knowledge, and we're trying to adjust all the speakers so there's something for everyone.
okay.
On the 25th of September, Thorold Home Care Services, that would be John Persia and his wife that own that. They're providing us with a free pasta dinner. They're going to cook it in our kitchen for us. And anyone else that would like to come, you have to RSVP. Please at our at 905-227-2161 at the center, and we'll put your name on the list. I think there's 30 or 40 people on the list already. So yeah, it's filling up quick.
Hey, just to Councillor O'Hare, as an aside, and Brenda picked this error, when I was doing the technology forum, I erroneously put your phone number to register. And Brenda picked it up and said, no, that's the wrong phone number. And I said, I'm glad you picked that up, because Councillor O'Hare wouldn't have appreciated all those calls. Okay. All right. So Councillor O'Hare.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. First, I just want to touch on the parking, Brenda. I'm a little disturbed by hearing that business owners are using the lot as a daily parking lot. We'll have to figure a solution to that. But why don't I come over, we meet, we walk through the parking lot. Perhaps we can come up with some ideas, and I can bring a motion to council to clear up some of these impediments, especially the blocking of the entrances and exits from the parking lot. I don't think that's a good position to be in right now. So hopefully we can clear that up.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Anything else,
Yeah.
Councillor O'Hare?
One last thing. I'm often at Cobblestone bringing greetings to many of the residents there, birthday greetings. And I'm wondering if we should maybe include a little birthday greeting hello at our age-friendly meetings for significant birthdays. I'm astounded at how many residents that are reaching really great ages. I think I have two 95-year-olds just in September. So just an idea. The committee can think about it, but it might be something to keep in mind for members of the 50 Plus Center and other seniors throughout Thorold, just to give them a little shout out and a hello and congratulatory greeting.
Tim, currently we have, we let them know when we're having functions, and hopefully they can get over it. They're always welcome in free. We have everything that they need at the center. So we, again, welcome them on a regular basis to come over and get the information that they need, or just to come and sit with a number of us. Apparently we've had, well, probably 2 or 3 that have come over that are able to get around on their scooters that they come and visit. So we have an open door for them at all times.
Great, wonderful.
And Brenda has a monthly birthday. You talk about it.
Yeah. Every month at the center, we celebrate the person's birthday in that month. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. So everybody comes. If you have a birthday that month, you don't pay for your lunch. If you don't have a birthday, you pay $5 for the lunch. But we have been allowing the lunch to be open to the people at Cobblestone. That's been an ongoing thing. We've actually, we had some bingo stuff that we gave to them, and they use the bingo machine now at the Cobblestone playing the bingo. We had the old, you know, the ones that jumped up and down. We gave that to them, and they're utilizing that now. And they're well aware of that. They can come in anytime. We take care of everybody.
Okay, any further on that? Okay, Joey?
I was just thinking about the wind phone. If anyone wants to actually see one in service at Pleasant View Cemetery, behind the building that faces Merrittville, not the building that faces Highway 20. There's a little trail that goes through the forest, and probably 10 feet into that trail, they have a wind phone. And I had actually asked reception how long they've had it. The lady didn't know, but she just said quite a while. But apparently it does get used. So the cemetery put it in themselves, so I don't know if you were considering placement in a cemetery, you'd probably have to get their permission. Or maybe other cemeteries already have that, but I think it's a great idea.
If you have some time, Joey, I don't know if you do, if you can get a picture of it and we can include it on as an agenda package, I don't know. But if you can get some, if you're doing some computer work on wind phones and maybe make a little summary on them and some places that have them in the region. Think about it.
Okay, I'll try. I'm technically challenged,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
well,
could probably get.
we're all technically challenged, but we can do more than you think.
But I have a month to figure it out, right?
Yeah, and if you can't, life goes on. As I said, I might have asked somebody to put this on the agenda for NOAA. We'll see, because we're still developing the agenda. Or maybe ask for it to be done at a round table. Okay,
All right.
Anise? Sorry, I apologize, Joey.
The other thing I wanted to mention, the Merrittville Speedway, this Saturday, the 20th of September, they're having their final car show. It's no entry fee for car and driver, or even just people who want to come and see the cars. But this is the third year they've done it. It's usually well attended. And they're also having prizes, which I don't understand how that works, but they have lots of vendors who donate things, and not just car and driver are included, but any spectator that comes out, you get a ticket and you might win a prize. And their ice cream stand is still open, so that's an added bonus. It's from 9 till 4 this Saturday.
Thank you. Anise?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Nothing today. Happy to see all of you again in the meeting. Healthy and wealthy.
Thank you.
Happy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is Marilyn still with us?
Sorry, I am, and I don't.
Okay. And we've saved the best for last, Dave?
Thank you, through you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to mention that although the swim movie night wasn't as well attended as it has been in the past, it was still a great success and enjoyed by everybody in attendance. So thank you all very much for hosting another, in my eyes, successful event. Thank you.
And
Also, I'd like to mention, if Councillor O'Hare is going to visit the 50 Plus Center with Brenda Bader, I would love to be part of those conversations and maybe help to mitigate some of those problems. I'll remind the planning and building staff to continue parking in the northeast corner of their lot. And I'll remind them that there is a speed limit while passing through that parking lot. Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you again for all your support. We truly appreciate it. We can't say enough about you. And we want to again thank Justin for his support to this committee. And I apologize for the email that I sent because I thought you didn't include the attachments. So a big apology, Justin, okay? So now that I'm finished apologizing and everything, what else do I have to do? The next meeting is
October 16th.
October 16th. We'll see you then. And thank you for everybody coming. A motion to adjourn. Anybody? No. Brenda and Leslie, all in favor? Okay, we're going to adjourn. Thanks, everybody. Have a great month.